Overwatch 2 on Steam took the crown as being the worst game ever reviewed, period. I did not expect it to really hit the high mark on this here, but sure, there are terrible games which came before the release of Overwatch 2, and I think that they, in some way, are justified, even though I haven't really played them. But while I haven't touched Overwatch 2 here, this. Oh man. I don't know if the game in question really deserves it. And, well, not that I don't want to support Blizzard in the state that they're in now, but do I think Overwatch 2 really deserve this absolute mess of a score? Probably not. But there is a reason that the people gave the game the score the way it is now, with the review standing at only 9% positive. And if it keeps going, though, it could go well into the eights, which could be difficult to really follow. And if the number of votes suggests otherwise, yeah, that's like close to 150,000 and plus, and that could keep going. What this tells me, though, is that a lot of people, especially the majority of reviews, stems from China. Those Chinese people, the gamers up there, I want to say that, you know, it's a shame how the negotiation between NetEase and Blizzard didn't go as well. And I'm surprised that when it didn't go as planned, Blizzard just like flicked the switch off, and now they're unable to play the Blizzard games that they own anymore or something like that. But it's like, it's just shit. I'm sorry, but. So, this is where the vast majority of reviews comes from, and it's likely that this is going to really affect the Blizzard's company's bottom line even more. Now, many people will think that even though it's on Steam and you can play the game for free, which anyone can really get into it, right? But, even if the game is free, some of the aspects in it, though, I don't think it's really weren't. Well, I don't think they weren't made to be like. You know what? I really do think that Overwatch 1 does better. Like, the way how they handled the system is better. The way the look, it's like the way how I imagine it. But the sequel, it kind of makes me wish that they brought the loot box mechanics back. Like, okay, I don't like the loot box nature in general, where games took advantage of, but it makes the loot box in the first game seem more fair. Nowadays, you have to buy it, which isn't a bad thing, but they're just pricey as heck. But then again, there are some aspects that requires you to actually work your ass in order to get to where you need, and it even has some, what I guess you could call a pay to win aspect, which in order to unlock Noriko, for example, you have to reach a certain level and then you basically buy something like that, or you gotta like work hard to really make it. I forget the details, mind you, but unless something changes to make the system a little more fair, I think part of that is hurts the credibility of the game. And they also recently launched. They also recently launched the PVE mode, but so far only the first chapter of it is available. And while it's great that they somewhat kept the promise of a PVE, it's not kind of a game that players really hope for. So the problem is you have to pay on top of the game that you already own. $15 US a pop. So that's a bit much. Like, if a game is built for free, but then you have to pay for that, then, at this point, Honestly, I think they should have just made the game pay like you pay it up front but have the rest of the content free to you. Like I think the first game handled it better, even if that has again the aforementioned loot box and you could pay to get more, but well, if they want to really make more money, I don't know. Oh man. Um there are several issues that I think the game does legitimately contain, but does it really deserve this horrendous score? Well, it definitely obfuscates the truth, the quality of what the game is. I don't think that the game. I mean, I would imagine it's not like a terrible game, but is it really better than it deserves? I don't know, but I rather that I don't play it. But you know what? There may be some nice things about Overwatch 2 that some players are able to find in the game, but even if you do, apparently you kind of get bored with it after a while. I just wish Overwatch 1 existed so that developers can actually work on the sequel more. I don't think Overwatch 2 is really I feel like they should have gave the game another year or two before they decide to put it out. At least that's how I view it. It's like it's totally rushed and it's not as well polished compared to the first game. Man, the development of this game, it became more known for its infamy than having the good things about it, to be honest. You know what? I don't care. I think the Blizzard of today is not the same as the Blizzard of the past. Uh, and I think it's warranted that this game deserves such a low score. But mind you, though, that unless um, they come up to Steam and ask them if they could do something to revert the scores or something, because at the point this game received, it's pretty unanimously massively bad, very consistent throughout. If you know what, even if Valve does something to clean up the mess, it probably is not going to really revert the damage that the game had already received. At this point, though, its reputation is pretty much done, and we're not even a whole year in. So, I don't know if Blizzard are going to do something about it, especially the current state the game is in now. So, you know what? Blizzard already screwed up with the other games as well. Diablo, Immortal, and now 4. Maybe I'll talk about those in the future. And whatever else, I guess. If you guys want to try the game, though, it's up to you if you want to just download it. But in my opinion, though, you're better off just not playing that game and instead play maybe Paladins or Team Fortress 2 that reviews leaves behind. So I say go for those. You're definitely gonna have a much better time in those, and even if they add paid content, at least they're well adjusted. So that's pretty much all I can say. Until then, developments just keeps happening, and I'm more interested in wanting to learn more about this game as for what it is. Looking comparing to the other games on this worst of the worst list here, it really just goes to show that even some of the mightiest of game developers today are not invincible as opposed to these. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say here. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.